Hello and welcome to High Performance Mastery. I'm Rob Anderson. I'm a high performance sports coach, and it's my wish today for you to learn strategies, tactics, and ideas to take you on a high performance journey. Before we go any further, let's define exactly what a high performer actually is. Let's make that distinction right now. So to me, a high performer is someone that has goals and visions, and they relentlessly pursue those goals and visions, and at the same time they grow and innovate to become the best versions of themselves. I'm so incredibly passionate about helping high performers get to the top of their game in sports because I think it all comes back to my childhood. When I was a child, I had these sporting heroes, my sporting idols, gold cups, gold medals, and I wanted to be like them, but I didn't have the opportunity, I didn't have the support, I didn't have the know-how, how to do it. And to be honest, I probably didn't even have the talent. And that's why I'm so passionate about helping people today that want to be like their sporting heroes, that do actually have some talent, they have a passion, they have a desire, they have goals. It pulls at my heartstrings. I really want them to become the best version of them. And that's what I want for you today as well. Set you on the journey to success today and take you one step closer to becoming a high performer. In order to understand what a high performer is, let's look at high performers that are already high performers. Let's understand what their fears are, their dreams, their visions, their strategies, their tactics. What is it that they do that make them successful high performers? So the first thing that I want you to understand is you've got to have that vision, that goal. And for example, Novak Djokovic, one of the best tennis players ever, as a kid, he always had, cardboard cutouts painted gold of trophies that he wanted to win. He always had that in his mind, his vision, and of course he achieved that. All high performers are really clear on their goals. So in order for you to be a high performer, later on, I'm going to help you with a specific exercise to help you get crystal clear on your goals and your dreams. The second principle of high performers, once you've got your goal, you've got to have a plan and a strategy to get from where you are to achieve the goal. The analogy I like to give to explain this is the goal is your destination, and the plan and the strategy is having a map and how are you going to get there. And of course, when you're embarking on a journey trying to get to a destination, and you've got a plan, you've got a strategy, but quite often you run up against unexpected blocks that stop you, in which you have to take a detour or find a solution to overcome. So for example, you could run out of fuel, so you've got to find a way around that, and that's quite often, for a high performer, it's a mindset block. So a typical example of a mental block or limiting belief that a high performer might have is, let's say for example, it's a boxer. It's, I want to win this fight. What holds them back is they have a limiting belief, a thought that blocks that, I want to win this fight. So consciously you want to win something, subconsciously something's holding you back. So how can you win a fight? How can you be a high performer when your subconscious is fighting with your conscious mind? So we like to look at a tool called the looping ladder of thoughts. So the limiting thought, it goes to the top of this looping ladder. So the thought is, I'm not good enough. So when you think of I'm not good enough, it kicks off a feeling. So how do you feel if you feel you're not good enough? You feel embarrassed, you feel low, you feel maybe like a loser. So first you have the thought, then you have the feeling, and then that produces an outcome, an action. And of course the outcome is you don't perform well and you get a bad result. And that's evidence that you weren't good enough, because the outcome proves that you weren't good enough. So it justifies the original thought of I'm not good enough. So you're never going to achieve the goal. The good news is you can flip this thought on its head. You can change the thought, because your thoughts really are yours to change. It's just a thought in your head. So let's create a new thought. Let's create a thought that I am good enough. So when you think and feel good enough, and you can do this with me, feel like you're good enough. And then feel that in your body. How does that feel? It feels good. It feels more empowering. I am good enough, so stand tall in that. When you have that thought, I'm good enough, you feel good enough, what do you think your actions are going to be like? Are your results going to be better? Are you going to be able to achieve the goal that you set out to achieve? It gives you a far better chance of achieving those goals once you change the thought, because it sets off that chain reaction. I am good enough, I feel good enough, and I can achieve it. Now that you know how to flip these limiting beliefs, these mental blocks, and turn them from negative into positive, the next step is to take massive action. So we talked about strategies and plans. You've got to take massive action to implement them. And if you think of the top high performers like basketball players, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, they outworked everybody. They turned up earlier for practice, were last to leave. So really think to yourself right now and ask yourself this question: what do I really need to do right now? What action do I need to take? What is the next step to achieve my goals? And I want to emphasize, this is not just about taking some action. This is being all in. This is being committed. You've got to take massive action and being relentless. As we spoke about earlier, the quality of a high performer, you've got to be relentless in pursuit of your goals. So what really keeps you going through all those tough times when you think it's so hard, you feel like giving up, feel like surrendering, throwing up the white flag? What is it? Is it motivation, inspiration, perspiration? Maybe some of that, but what it really is for me is purpose. You have to have purpose to drive you through the tough times. And you've got to find your why. And I'll give you an example. One of my favorite examples is George Foreman. He was a heavyweight boxer. He fought Muhammad Ali, and he retired. And he became a minister. Then he needed money for his youth centre to keep it going, to keep the kids off the streets, to give them a better life. At the age of around 40, he decided to make a comeback to win money to box. So everybody's told him he was wasting his time. He was going to get, mauled in the ring. But he had a higher purpose. He believed he was doing the right thing for the right reasons, and he put himself out there, and it was tough getting back into shape. He regained the world heavyweight title at around the age of 45, and that's remarkable. That inspires me so much. So now that you have those 5 most important pillars of high performance, I want you to think back to the goal you set earlier. Because now I'm going to take you through an exercise to help redefine those goals and make sure those goals are giving you a sense of purpose. And if you get that right, all the rest of the pillars will fall into place. And this is what will keep you going through the tough times. So if you simply just close your eyes down, relax, find a comfortable spot, give yourself a shake. Close your eyes, just listen to my voice. So just notice my voice and just follow my words. And I want you to imagine yourself going forward into the future. So you're going right into the future through space and time, further and further into the future. So let's settle on about a year from now. You're coming into a vision. You're starting to see yourself in the future in a year's time. And I want you to land inside your future self and take on the persona of your future self in a year's time. And I want you to feel like you've just achieved that goal that you had in your mind there. You've just achieved that goal, the goal that you set out to achieve. Just feel euphoric, feel excitement, feel elated. Feel how it feels, try it on for size. It feels good. Now I want you to center your thoughts in your heart and tap into those feelings. I want you to ask yourself, having achieved this goal, what could be even more important than that? What is more important than that goal? What is the next goal? So you set yourself another goal for a year in the future. So now let's take that future self into 2 years from now. You're traveling through space and time. You're going to settle on a place in 2 years from now. You're going to land in a future version of yourself. And as you do so, I want you to look back on the previous versions. Notice how much you've grown. Notice how much you've innovated. Notice how your confidence is growing. As you land in that future self 2 years from now, feel yourself. What are the feelings that you've is coming up now that you have achieved that goal in the future? What are your thoughts, your feelings? Just try it on for size. You're allowed to feel good about it. You've achieved your goals. Again, once again, center in on your heart and tap into that feeling. Think to yourself, now that I've achieved this, what could possibly be even more important than that for me to achieve? Whatever comes to mind, that's your next goal. That's your next goal for the following year. So see it, feel it, hear it. So set that intention right now. So you've set that intention, and once again, allow your spirit, your soul to fly through space and time into a year from now, and just settling in once again, your energies entering your future self body 3 years from now. And once again, notice how much you've grown, how much you're transforming. Feel how different that feels. Notice all those feelings, the excitement, the contentment, knowing that you're good enough, you're fearless enough, you're courageous enough. Let all those feelings in. Try it on for size. Feel how it feels to have achieved that goal. And once again, come from the place of your heart. And knowing that you've achieved those goals, ask yourself that question one more time. What's even more important than that to achieve for me? What is even more important than that? And one last time, what is even more important than that? So allow your vision to come up, whatever goal that may be. Your future self is coming up with 3 years from now, having achieved all those other goals that you set out to. As you look back, you achieved everything you set out to. This third goal, that's your purpose. That's your why. That's your intention. That's your destination. So that's where you bring your strategy from, your plan. That's how you achieve that goal. So that is your new goal. That is your clarity. That is your certainty. Keep focused on that. Be relentless in achieving that goal. So take a deep breath in and let it out. And as you do so, notice yourself coming back to full awareness. Be aware of your surroundings. And as you do so, when you're ready, simply open up your eyes. And again, just take a sigh, let it all out. So now that you understand the essential 5 pillars of high performance, knowing all this and applying all this will absolutely set you on the journey, on the path to success. But it'll only get you so far. And the real secret of the real ultimate high performers, they know something the other high performers don't. And that is, they don't go on the journey alone. So a lot of high performers, they try to do it on their own, they're headstrong, they've got willpower. But the true top performers know they don't have to do it alone. So they leverage the power of other people. And I'll give you an example. So Novak Djokovic, arguably the greatest tennis player of all time, he just doesn't have a tennis coach. He's got a nutrition coach, he's got a fitness coach, he's got a spiritual coach, he's got a sports scientist. And you can be rest assured he's just not ticking a box for having each coach. He's got the best coach he can find in each department. And you don't have to do it alone either. So if you really want to amplify your success and go faster don't go alone. Find yourself a coach and find yourself a great coach if you really want to be a successful high performer. So now you have a choice to make. Do you want to do nothing and keep getting the same results you've always got? Do you want to apply the information you've learned here today? Do you want to be that lone wolf and try and figure it out for yourself? And if you use the 5 pillars, that will take you a long way, probably further than you've been before. But if you really want to take things to the next level, you want to take your life to the next level, your career, your sports, don't let pride get in the way of your goals. Don't let ego get in the way of your goals. You can achieve what you set out to achieve. You can do this. But ask for help. It doesn't have to be me. There's other help available. So I really hope you got a lot from this. I certainly did, and I would love to know your biggest takeaways. I know you can achieve your dreams. I know you can do what you set out to do, and especially if you get help to do so. So if I can leave you with one last message, it's don't quit. Never give up on your dreams. If you think about the high performers, they want to quit. Times are tough. But they get back out there time and time again. They get back in the ring when they're battered and bruised. They don't give up. So until next time, thanks for watching and be relentless.